Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Boom Boom Room. And I am back with you with Whispers Across America.
Whis, 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 whis.
Good
That
effects.
was the echo. That was the reverb.
That was the reverb. Sounded good, spooky.
I turned up the reverb on that, a little bit. So, because there's 50, but it should have echoed 50 times because there's 50 states, man.
Yeah. Whispers. Man, kind of freaked me out. I didn't expect that. I really did.
Yeah, I got it. Keep it original, man. Each time,
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
do it a different way.
Yeah. Keep everybody on their toes. But how you been, Ted?
Good, man.
It's good. That's good.
So we're heading to New England for this episode, right?
Yep. The great state of Maine.
That's where one of the most famous spooky authors ever
Yep.
lives, man.
Yep. Mr. King.
Stephen King, man. He sets a lot of his stories in Maine.
Yes, he does.
It must be so you got to know that there must be some big time spooky happening over in the Northeast.
That's a cool looking state. I mean, it's kind of spooky and airy looking from what I've seen of it.
By the Atlantic Ocean. I don't know. Every time I think of the Atlantic Ocean, I always kind of think it's like, I mean, I know it's not necessarily true, but I always think it's like colder and rougher than the Pacific. Like over in Cali, we got the Pacific and, kind of like the warm, smooth ocean.
Yeah.
I don't know. Atlantic seems a little more rougher or something like that, but it's probably, I don't know. They're probably a lot the same.
Yeah, well, it's cold. Yeah, well, upper, the north's always going to be colder, but you probably get down there in the Carolinas and stuff. It's warm, super warm. Oh, the same ocean over there, isn't it?
I didn't realize that the Appalachian Mountains actually go all the way up into Maine.
Yeah, that's very famous for cryptic activity. Yep, there's a lot that goes on, dude. I mean, that's pretty famous. A lot of spooky shit. But I guess, man, you could get started. Tell our first spooky tale.
Yes. The first of 4 spooky folklore stories from the state of Maine is titled The White Lady of Hancock County. In the dense pine-covered stretch of rural Route 182 between Hancock and Cherryfield, locals whisper. You're supposed to say whisper, Ashes.
Whisper.
Locals whisper about a pale, ghostly woman who appears on foggy nights. That road is remote and winding. It's flanked by swamp and forest, and in certain spots, the silence is so deep, it feels like the world has stopped breathing. According to the most told version, sometime in the 1940s, a young woman was traveling with her fiancé when their car skidded on this slick road and it plunged into Second Lake. He drowned instantly, but she managed to escape, only to die hours later, wandering on the road, delirious and freezing, looking for help that never came. Now, drivers report seeing her on the roadside, wearing a tattered white dress, her hair plastered to her face as if still wet from the lake. Some say she waves frantically, asking for a ride. but if you stop, she'll get in the back seat without a sound, her eyes locked on the dark woods outside. But before you reach town, she vanishes, sometimes leaving the seat damp and cold to the touch. State troopers have quietly admitted to more than one driver showing up at a station shaken and swearing they just picked her up. And a few locals claim that if you don't stop for her, your car will inexplicably stall until you turn back. The eerie thing is that that section of road still has a higher than average number of single car accidents, especially on foggy nights. Like something unseen is trying to keep travelers there.
Yeah, I was thinking that I've heard, similar stories to that, about people picking hitchhikers up and then vanishing. That's,
Yeah.
yeah. It's spooky.
Yeah,
I told you last time about my cousin when he was going over the bridge. He looked over and there was a woman in its, sitting in his passenger seat.
Yeah.
He knew it was a ghost. They asked what she wanted. She didn't say nothing, just looked forward. And then when he got over the bridge, she disappeared.
Whoa.
Yep.
That's well, this one's, I mean, of the states that we've done, this one seems kind of close to Resurrection Mary in a way.
Yep.
Yeah, from Illinois. And this one is a little bit different in that we actually know how, I don't think in her case, like people knew exactly how she died, but they thought she was hit by a car. But in this case, they went into the drink, man. And they went into the second lake. I wonder if they passed the first lake on the way to the second lake. I don't know. What's the second lake?
Nah, probably named that. But I'll tell you this quick story. Sorry about that. Eat something with my sugar. I had a relative, and I'm not going to name their names, but there was two. They were two cousins, and this happened, I think, around 2001 or two. And I think they were going it was kind of late in the evening. They had a pickup truck, this single cab pickup truck. They're going to this in Louisiana, so they was going to go to the store to get something, cigarettes or something. And it was late. Well, whatever happened, they had a wreck. They flipped their vehicle. Well, when they flipped their vehicle, they both crawled out. They were beaten up bloody with a driver. Let's just say his name's Ed and the other guy was Tommy. Well, Ed got out and said, we need some help, Tommy, come on. So he pulled Tommy out and they both got walking. And I think there was a little ways, probably a couple blocks it was, from a house. It was like on the back road. So he kept walking. He was talking. You all right? Yeah, I'm all right. The driver, Ed, he said, yeah, I'm all right. Well, come on, Tommy. We need to get help. You hurt bad. Come on. So they both get to the door, and he knocks on the door. Ed does, the driver. And he said, and a lady come to the door and said, we need help. We had a wreck down the road, and I think my cousin's hurt here, Tommy. I was driving. They weren't drinking or anything. And anyway, she said, yeah. Well, you look like you're fine. We said, he's not fine. Tommy, he ain't. My cousin, he's hurt bad. She said, who are you talking about? There's nobody there. Well, he looked back and didn't see Tommy. And he said, oh, God, he done passed out, So he gets walking back. I guess she was calling the authorities. She gets walking back, and when he gets walking back, Ed towards the wreck does not see him at all. He goes back to the wreck, So by the time the police is there, he looks in there. Tommy's dead in the vehicle. He never did get out of it. He was. He died on impact. The coroner said.
Was that Oklahoma?
Louisiana.
Louisiana.
That was a true story. Did from people I knew, you know. Yep. And yeah. So what do you think happened? Do you think it was maybe trying to help him, you know, encourage him to get to?
Everything happened so fast that you know.
But he swore that he was walking with him, dude. He said swore he touched him and everything. Yeah. Yeah, that's what's freaky.
Well, they had a connection, you know. Yeah, because they were cousins.
Yep.
And so they had a you know, they probably knew each other their whole lives.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they had this strong connection. And so, I mean, if you become a ghost, and if you're gonna appear to anybody after you pass, it's gonna be family. You know?
Yeah.
And so you know, and that was the nearest family, and wow.
Yeah, I guess he was trying to help him or guide him or encourage him to get to help, you know. I guess trying to just be with him. I don't know.
Well, I mean, they say that statistically, you have a higher chance of dying in a car accident than you do if you're flying in an airplane.
Really?
You know, big jetliner, right? That's what they say.
Well, that is true. That's what I heard.
So, you know.
Yeah, you're right. I heard
especially
that.
like back in.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Back in the no. Especially like back in the 1940s when this white lady, when their car skidded into the lake. Back in the 40s, I don't think they had seatbelts on cars.
I don't think so.
But you know, I mean, they got tossed around inside the car.
Yeah.
Maybe the boyfriend got knocked out, and that's why he didn't escape. But maybe she didn't get knocked out. Now, not wearing a seatbelt probably made it easier for her to actually, you know, get out of that car.
Yeah.
But they say that like if you ever, for whatever reason, you know, you're in a car and it goes into a lake or the ocean or something, you know, whatever body of water, right?
Uh-huh.
They say the first thing you're supposed to do is roll down the window.
Yep.
Because if you roll down the window, you can open the door to get out.
Yeah.
Because you know, you don't. It's kind of like you'd be afraid to let all the water inside.
Yeah.
But if you don't roll down the windows, then the pressure from the water makes it too hard to open the door.
Yeah.
So you have to let the water in, hold your breath, and be, you know, then when the pressure's equalized with all the water inside too, then you can open the door easy.
Yeah. That'd be a scary situation, man. No, I wouldn't want to be in that situation. That's one of my fears, you know, is to get in a situation like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something to do with water and drowning. You know, I heard a guy talk the other day about drowning, you know, or suffocate. Said it. I don't even know. I've never heard nobody say it this way, but they said it's scary and then it's euphoric before you pass. That's, man, who the hell? You know, I guess there is crazy people that like being fisted, you know what I'm talking about, choked and stuff like that. But I mean, I wouldn't want to die that way, you know, trying to hold my breath and then take a big gulp. And it'd probably be an easy way to go, you know, probably would be scary, but.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about people who like had the near death experience, like the ND, and they come back and they explain what it's like.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, I think probably the best way is like peaceful in your sleep.
Yeah,
You're already
so.
you're already asleep.
Yeah, yeah. Wake up
And
dead.
then you wake you wake up in the longest dream ever.
Yeah, yeah. No, man, you know how we're gonna go, whatever. But that's just one way I wouldn't want to go is drowning. And I didn't know that I had such a fear of claustrophobic until I went to get an MRI. You know, and I noticed it covered my eyes. You know, I don't know if you ever had an MRI before, but I had one.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember.
It put me in a freaking tunnel, dude, like coffin. And you're real closed in. And, and then he covered my eyes, you know, and then he gets started and whatever's playing, like the sounds of the machines, I don't know why. Don't ask me this. It started making me sick. Yeah, it started making me sick on the stomach. Yeah. It started making me sick on the stomach. And I had my eyes covered, and I should have uncovered them. You know, I should have just sat still. You know, because, man, anyway, I looked.
Well, because, because the those lights are going around and around really fast, man.
Yeah.
It's like, and then it throws you. That would make you sick because it's like, you know, it takes up your whole field of vision with this motion.
Yeah.
And then, you know.
Well, they should have. They should have warned me about it. You know what I mean? My doctor should have warned me. But anyway, I get in there. I start looking. First of all, the music or whatever the sound, I call it music. It sounded like some kind of industrial techno death metal to me. That's what the sound like. Oh, it's freaky sounding. So I'm listening to that. I'll cover my eyes, and then I look and I can't reach up a foot around me. I'm in a freaking coffin. I just start saying, "Hey, get me out of here." You know, because they can hear you. What? Get me out of here. Well, you only got another 10 minutes. I said, no, get me out of here now. I'm fixing to puke.
10.
Yeah. I said, out of here now. He said, well, your doctor can give you something to relax. And I'm thinking, yeah, he better pass, knock me out. I never went back and got it. Because, man, that was... Dude, that was probably one of the panics I've ever panicked in my life, man. It was that situation.
Wow.
Well,
yeah.
So I wouldn't want to be in no car, with no water, and dude, that'd just be because I could tell you another story, but I won't. We'll go on because we'll be here all night. But they had a bridge collapse about 20 years ago, and what happened was one of those. Big barges hit a bridge over in Oklahoma, not far from here. It killed so many people because he went down in the water, and it was bad. It was on the news. But anyway, that, I couldn't imagine passing away like that. It'd be crazy, man. But if you ain't got nothing to add about the old, not old, but the young lady, sorry, ma'am, sorry.
The white lady of Hancock County.
White lady.
No, it's the other kind of original thing about that story. The last thing I'll say about it is the fact that some of the cars, she had like the power to stall the cars. If they didn't pick her freaky up, then she could actually like stall the cars. That's one thing we haven't heard yet in the different stories like this. So what's the second spooky story?
Okay.
Maine.
Maine's pretty interesting, dude. Maine is pretty interesting. Okay. This one is called the Palmry, Palm Y-R-A. Is that Palmyra? Is that how you...
Palmyra.
Okay, Palmyra. Palmyra Wolf Massacre. In the early 1800s, before Palmyra was more than a cluster of cabins, the Maine woods were still crawling with predators. Wolves were feared more than bears, big, lean, hungry enough to attack humans in the dead of winter. The one brutal February, a trapper named Elias Brown went missing. His cabin was found empty, doors wide open, snow blown in, with trail of deep boot prints leading into the forest. The strange part, alongside his footprints were dozens of enormous wolf tracks, far bigger than any in the region. A search party followed the trail for nearly a mile before it stopped at a small clearing. There they found what was left of Elias, his body torn apart, ribs stripped clean, one arm missing entirely. The snow was churned up with paw prints and streaks of blood, as if it had been dragged and pulled apart alive. That night, wolves came into town. Not normal wolves. They were huge, gray, black beasts with glowing yellow eyes. They didn't act like animals. They circled the homes, growling and watching them through the windows. The men fired at them, but each time a wolf fell, it seemed to vanish in the snow, leaving no body behind. By morning, the 3 more settlers were gone, dragged from their cabins, leaving nothing but bloody smears across the frozen ground. In panic, the survivors fled Palmyra for weeks, returning only when the attack stops. Locals say wolves still roam the surrounding woods in the winter, hunting in a pack that doesn't leave tracks after fresh snow. Old timers warn, if you see more than 2 pair of yellow eyes in the tree line at night, don't run, because it means the rest of the pack is already behind you. Do you know what that is, dude? I did not know that's Dog Man. That's exactly what Dog Man is. Yep. That is a dog man.
Wow, man. I mean, or a werewolf. What makes it a dog man versus a werewolf?
It's the same. You know, it's basically the same, but some people say a werewolf is a man transformed, or a skinwalker transformed, a man transformed into a wolf, and then a dog man, some say
was born that way.
Was born that way, or something genetically government made. Yeah. You know, there's a lot of opinions on that, but you know, I told you, you know, I'm gonna go into the story because we talked about it before. A couple Saturdays ago, my friend Daniel had someone on live on his phone, was in the woods in his car, and there was dog men around him.
Yeah,
and then
they relieved themselves in his car, right?
No, that's a different story. No, he got out of there. That's a different one. But no, you know, what happened is, while it was live, you know, I watched the rerun, right? I didn't watch it live, but I went back and watched it first. It was really long, like 4 hours, and I seen the red glowing eyes, you know. And then later on, somebody went back that was on the stream, you know, because it was 4 hours long, and they circled and sent it, because he was in the woods, there was no cars around, and circled and sent it to Daniel, and then Daniel put it on the live stream. And you could see in one split second frame when he was walking, because he walked out of the vehicle and he was shining the lights in front of his pickup truck. And you could see him walking, he's not there, you know. And then the next frame, there's something on all fours in the background. And the next frame, it's gone. So, and then there was the red glowing eyes, you know, so.
Yeah. I mean, it was either Dog Man or it was a wild Canadian mountain man.
Could be. It really could be.
Just kidding. Just kidding, all Canadians out there. But Canada, man, there's nothing but forest up there, right? tundra. That's wolf country, actually. Like for real wolf country.
Oh, hell yeah.
And Maine is like right there. I mean, Maine might as well be part of Canada, man. It's kind of sticks up into it anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty well up into Canada, isn't it? I was thinking about that, how close it is, way up in there. But no, I've heard people that seen wolves, huge wolves like that, and they've said that they didn't know if it was dog man or not, but huge black wolves with yellow eyes on all fours. It ain't dog man until it walks on two legs. Yep. So it's just a huge wolf until it does that. But yeah, it's pretty spooky, man. Pretty damn spooky.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess I would think if any state was gonna have a werewolf stories, it would be it would be Maine.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Yeah. It looks like a beautiful country, but I sure wouldn't want to go in the woods. But they must piss them wolves off or something. Something they done, because usually they don't. Either people go missing, and you don't know it was a dog man or cryptic, or they don't attack that much. Because if they do attack, you won't know if they're attacked. Because most people that get attacked don't get away. So, but it's rare. It's rare for them to attack, from what I understand. That's a creature that you don't, that ain't supposed to exist, but exists.
So what if there was a fight between a werewolf and a moose? Who would win?
Depends on if the moose was drinking or not.
Or if it was a ghost moose.
Oh.
Like this next story, the third spooky tale from Maine. This one is titled "The Specter Moose of Northern Maine." Since the late 1800s, hunters in the deep woods of Maine's Aroostook County have reported seeing a creature that sounds like it stepped straight out of a fever dream. A gigantic, ghostly white moose stands over 10 feet tall at the shoulder, with antlers spanning nearly 12 feet across. Unlike a regular albino animal, the moose's white coat is said to shimmer unnaturally, almost glowing in moonlight or mist. Witnesses claim its eyes are pale, nearly colorless, and it moves without a sound. So silent that seasoned woodsmen have sworn it seemed to appear from nowhere, only to vanish again between blinks. The earliest famous sighting of the moose came from a hunting guide named Clarence D. Rice in the year 1891. Rice claimed that moose was twice the size of any bull I've ever seen, and pale as winter snow. Over the decades, dozens of others, lumberjacks, hunters, blueberry pickers, even a few game wardens, have told similar tales. Some say it's an impossibly old survivor from a prehistoric breed of giant white moose. Others whisper. They whisper, Ashes. Whisper.
Whispers. That was weird.
Others whisper. It's the restless spirit of a moose killed in a cruel hunt, doomed to haunt the forests forever. Native Wabanaki stories tell of a great white guardian animal that appears only before dangerous winters or before tragedy, suggesting this specter moose might be an omen rather than just a cryptid. The strangest reports are from hunters who fired at the Specter Moose. And it is said that their bullets seemed to pass right through it. The moose neither flinching nor bleeding, before it simply turned and melted back into the fog. And every now and then, in the thick of a Maine winter, a set of massive moose tracks is found in fresh snow, leading deep into the forest until they stop, as if the creature had disappeared into thin air.
Man.
The Specter Moose.
The Specter Moose. Dude, that is bad.
Of northern Maine. I thought Maine was north enough, man.
Yeah.
Like, I guess Maine has a north of Maine.
Yeah. Maybe that's where Grey
that's
Ghost lives. You know?
Our gaming buddy.
Yeah.
Grey Ghost.
Game good.
And
Grey Ghost.
and this moose, it's much bigger than a normal moose. But
Have you ever seen a moose in real life?
nope. I've seen the biggest one that I've seen is an elk.
Okay.
Um,
Well, moose
Yeah.
are humongous, man. I seen one in a zoo. No, I didn't see one in a zoo. I'm lying. I seen one when I was in North Dakota, and it was just before, probably 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. We were working, and usually it gets super cold, but it wasn't that cold, and we were still working. And but it was, oh man, yeah, it was getting cold, but we seen a big mama moose going across the road. It totally freaked me out how huge they are, you know?
I mean, they eat grass, right? They're herbivores, right?
Yeah.
I
Yep.
mean, God, thank God.
Yeah, they would.
They don't eat meat.
I've never heard of Spectral Moose, I don't think, except on Red Dead. I've heard, they got some kind of moose on the game.
Legendary.
Legendary.
But why do the moose have those big old? Why do those antlers have to be so big, man? What do they do?
know.
I mean, aren't they
I-
wide? They're not really sharp, are they? They're just kind of
Think so.
kind of big.
Yeah, I think
It's like they're meant for scooping up water or something.
that shit.
Maybe it helps. Maybe it helps them maybe it helps them pick blueberries.
Something, dude.
They dip it down in there and it scoops up the blueberries. And they throw them up, catch it. In the air, catch them.
Man, you're talking like some kind of Pixar cartoon now. The moose is some kind of cartoon creature. Picking up vegetables and stuff.
But I guess the cool thing about this one is that it kind of glows and then, but it only appears if the next winter is gonna be like a bad one,
Yeah.
or there's gonna be a bad storm. It's like the spirit of the bad. What do they call those really bad storms up there? A nor'easter, right?
Nor'easter. Yep.
A nor'easter, where the snow comes in like a blizzard. And it's the spirit of the nor'easter.
I like watching movies like that, like survival movies when it's snowing. That intrigues me, I like the survival things of everything. Because I know I wouldn't survive, but seeing people survive in harsh environments is entertaining to me.
Yeah.
It really is.
I don't know. It wouldn't be too hard in Maine. It wouldn't be too hard in Maine, man. Because they got that maple syrup trees everywhere. It's gonna, tap into.
It'd be so cold.
What?
It'd be so cold, man.
Well, that's how they make the maple candy, man. They take it and they throw it in the snow, and then it's like candy.
Now you're
And
talking
you got,
still.
I don't know.
No, man, you're still talking like a Pixar cartoon now. Maple snow candy. Getting like a Hallmark movie now. You getting all the time. Oh,
I don't know,
God.
man. I don't know. Maine sounds like it. I don't know, dude. Then you're next to the ocean. You get the
Yeah, it would be
clams and
cool.
oysters and lobsters.
Doesn't sound bad, really, to live up there. I'd just get out of there in the winter when it get too bad. You know, I don't know where I'd go then because I do like the cold. Like I was telling my son, man, I do not like the summers, dude. I mean, I don't want to wish my life away. I wish it was fall. Halloween come here quick, you know. Best time of the year.
It's been out where I live in Cali, man. It's been unseasonably cool.
Yeah.
Like it's been a cool summer.
Gotcha.
And it got over 100 the last couple days, but now it's dipped down below 100. So
Yeah.
that's not bad. It's not bad.
No.
We usually got the heat through September. So
Yeah. Yeah, we got it about another month of it. And sometimes though in the middle of September it does start cooling off, so we might get lucky. Lucky. But anyway, I'm gonna read her last story. I don't know why I always get these stories I can't pronounce the names and stuff. I do not know why I don't give them to you. This is called the P-Medic. P-E-M-E-T-I-C. I guess it's P-Medic. Yeah. P-Medic Beast of Mount Desert Island. Long before Acadia National Park became a tourist destination, the Wakanaki people told of a creature lurking in the dark valleys around Mount Desert Island.
What people?
Wabanaki.
Okay, yeah.
Giving me a hard time, Ted. They called it something that was roughly translated to the hungry shadow. According to old accounts, it wasn't quite animal and not quite spirit, more like a twisted mix of both. Hunters described it as an enormous black-skinned thing with a hunched back, long arms that almost touched the ground, a jaw that split unnaturally open. His eyes were said to burn like embers, and when it exhaled, you could smell rot from 100 yards. The first written report from 1887, when a lighthouse keeper's log mentioned hearing a scream like a woman burned alive, echoing across the cliffs. The same night, a fisherman vanished. His boat found half smashed against the rocks, the oars splintered like toothpicks. In the boat's bottom was a streak of thick black slime. Campers in the 1930s swore they saw it slinking between trees on all fours, its head turning at an unnatural angle to watch them. It moved in quick, jerky bursts, vanished whenever light touched it. One boy returned to camp shaking, said the beast had whispered his name from the dark, even though no one else has spoken.
Whisper.
There you go. Whisper to the dark. Modern hikers still talk about the feeling in certain gullies near Palmetic Mountain. The sudden drop in temperature, the silence of birds, and the faint sound of wet, dragging footsteps following just behind them. Those who claim to have seen it up close isn't too large to hide in the brush, but it does, until it wants you to know it's there. And the Wabanaki warning was simple. If you hear the name whispered in the woods, it's already close enough to touch you. Man, that's kind of spooky sounding, dude. That's kind of, oh man, creepy. It's got long arms, black slime. You know.
It's like it's kind of like it has like the predator ability too, man. Like the chameleon type of disappearing type of ability, because it disappears if it gets light on it.
Well, I've told you about that guy that there's a few people that had cryptic encounters, and they seen the thing cloaking like a predator. Remember I told you about that? And they had footage of it, right? And I think this was on Small Town Monsters or Flash of Beauty, their channel. But anyway, they took the footage, the actual footage, and the guy that done the special effects for Predator, they give it to him, and he looked at it, and he said this would be almost impossible to replicate unless you had a studio like me. You know, why would somebody fake this? It'd take a lot of money to fake it, you know? And it was so there's supposed to be some kind of creatures out there that can cloak like Predator. And this could be one of them. I mean, that would be spooky, dude, wouldn't it? Hey.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's another one of these like truly, it's not just a cryptid. I mean, this one's a monster.
Yeah, it's a freaking monster.
I guess all monsters are cryptids, but I mean this one. Woo,
well,
this is one of those.
Yeah, when it was talking about its jerky burst, this one co-host was on Daniel. She had a cryptic encounter out in Arizona. I think it was Arizona, it might have been Southern California, and they were trick-or-treating, and she was a teenager, a bunch of kids. They're supposed to go to this other kid's house. It was tradition, or I think it was, to give them something. Anyway, there's a bunch of them in the car, and they seen something, but it was more like a rake monster, and it was coming at them with long arms, and it was in a jerky burst motion. She said it was almost like cartoonish, you know, like jerking. Yep, coming at her. And she told the story. Like, it's crazy, man.
It's almost like with that movement style, and also the ability to cloak. It's kind of like they have this phase ability. Yeah. Where they're like kind of like phasing in and out in different dimensions or something. And then that's how they kind of, but they're kind of coming into our dimension. Yeah. And it's kind of like but what's the deal with the slime?
I don't know, Dave. I don't know.
It leaves slime now, because the only slime that I know of associated with spooky stuff is ectoplasm.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? And ectoplasm is from like ghosts. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
And so I wonder if this thing is ghostly. I mean,
I don't know, man. It's just so much stuff out there. It's just, God, it blows my mind, you know, the creatures and things. I don't want to see them, dude. You know, I do not. I've seen some stuff, but I just, especially dog, man, this creature, hell no. Jerky bursts, black, long arms, you know, freak. Hell no. Hell no. But, I've thought I've heard about every cryptid in the United States, but I've never heard of this one. This is a new one, you know, for me.
The beast of Palmetto Mountain.
Yep, it's the Palmetto beast of Mount Desert Island.
Oh, Mount. As told by the Wasabi people.
Yep. What?
Wasabi.
Is that how you say it? I thought it was Wabanaki.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, W, yeah.
That's Wasabi is that green horseradish for Japanese.
yeah, it is. Hey, I love that stuff. I can't eat it down with my heartburn, but yeah, that stuff is good.
If you ever get a stuffy nose, man, you just have to take a little bite of that wasabi.
Oh, woo! Man, yeah, it'll open you up, dude. Horseradish too.
Yeah, Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, that
But,
horseradish is awesome.
Oh yeah, dude, I love horseradish, man.
Yeah,
It's good on
prime
especially
rib.
like yeah, or roast beef or
Yeah, yeah. That roast beef, man.
I mean,
It to
do
me
you
sometimes.
do you like the horseradish sauce where you mix it half and half with sour cream, or do you just like it straight?
Okay, I've never tried it that way. Depends on what I'm eating, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I like if I'm eating like seafood, like shrimp and stuff, I like taking ketchup and then horseradish and mix a little bit. But if not, like prime rib, you know. And I've never had it on a roast beef, and you know, but I always had it on prime rib. Prime rib, my favorite, you know, steak. And I haven't had one in a while.
It's pretty damn good, man. It's pretty damn good.
Yeah,
It's definitely good, man. That's for sure.
yeah,
But
better than bologna sandwich. Better than bologna sandwich for sure. But yeah, that's the first one I heard of that beast. And Maine's pretty interesting. I didn't know it was. I thought it'd be more spooky tales that was more popular, but
yeah, I mean, we got some good ones. We kind of got an OG ghost story,
yeah,
you know, and we got a ghost, animal ghost story.
yeah,
And then we got a pretty much, I don't know, man, like the Palmyra wolf is you know, that's a werewolf.
yeah.
And then we got kind of like an original one with that beast of Pemetic.
Yeah.
Or, you know,
Might be something more Ghostbusters. It does.
That one's a scary one.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it reminds me of Ghostbusters for real. It really does. But the next state, Ted, we'll be doing will be Maryland, I think. Yep. We're in the M's. It is. We're in the M's now. We'll be in the M's for a while.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. There's a lot of states that begin with an M, huh?
Yeah, probably most.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah, a lot of states, M and N. Yep, definitely. Yep. What state are you looking forward to? I mean, which one do you think in the future will be real spooky?
Of the M's, I think Massachusetts is gonna be pretty spooky.
Yeah.
I think there might be some good ones from New York.
Yeah.
I think we might get some OG ones from Ohio.
Yeah, Ohio is known for a lot of cryptic activity.
Texas is probably going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
And so I think there's some good ones coming up.
Yeah, definitely, man. I've enjoyed them so far. But anyway, if you don't got nothing to add, Ted, this was kind of a short one. Well, we appreciate it, guys. Everybody watching, appreciate it, Ted. Guys, you know the drill. Look under your bed, look in your closet, and watch out for that out-of-date horseradish, because they'll give you the quick poopies. Until next time, everyone.